Hi guys, I am here today to talk to you about a couple of brushes that I picked up at IMATS, and these are the Royal and Langnickel Revolution brushes. Turn upside down. So these, I've got 6 brushes while I was at IMATS earlier this year, in September, and I thought I've been playing around with them for a while, so I thought I would do a bit of a review and just sort of show you what the brushes were like. Now, these brushes are all synthetic. They're made out of Taklon. Now the first time I've experienced Taklon brushes was with the Real Techniques brushes, which I think are fantastic. I really love them. They're really nice, they're really soft, and they work surprisingly well. Deep down, I'm always going to be a natural hairbrush like goat and squirrel and whatever. Really for the way it applies product, and I just love how they work. I love how they blend. I love how they apply product. So I've always sort of steered clear of synthetic brushes because they sort of, unless it's for like a concealer or a foundation or something that's designed that needs a synthetic brush, like I would never use a synthetic brush to apply like powder blush or powder contour or eyeshadow, for example, because I would always use like a normal hairbrush like this one. I would never go to a synthetic. Synthetics is when you're using liquid cream eyeliner, cream eyeshadow, foundation, cream contour, those kind of things. Any wet product is when you would use a synthetic brush, purely because using wet products on hairbrushes can do damage to them. And I'm someone who loves makeup brushes, and I spend a lot of money on makeup brushes. I don't want them to be damaged or their life to be cut down because I'm sort of using the wrong products on the wrong kind of brushes. So when we were at IMATS, now these were designed by Kevin James Bennett, who is a makeup artist in America. He works in America, LA, Hollywood, does sort of, you know, celebrities, movies, all those kinds of things. Royal and Langnickel asked him to design these brushes for them. Now, I apologise for the noise. I've got drunk neighbours across the road and they're just being incredibly loud. Mind you, it is 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon and they have been doing that for quite a few hours. So I can only imagine it's going to get worse. So let's just get this out of the way. Now, when he was at IMATS, Kevin James Bennett did a talk on his brushes, these ones in particular, and he sort of said that the reason, sort of explained Taklon, and which I was really pleased of. Now, the reason why these brushes are good for applying powder product is because natural brushes are made out of hair. The cuticles are on the hair. That is sort of what grabs the powder product. These little cuticles in the hair shaft pick up the product, which is why powders stick to them so well. So let me just show you on this eyeshadow here. Just tapping it in, and you can see how much product is on that brush. And it just applies. Now I've just got a normal synthetic brush. I've dabbed it on and there's hardly half as much product in there as the other one, and it barely applies it. Now the reason for that is because the powder on this normal synthetic brush is just slipping off. There's nothing to attach the powder. So as you sort of apply it, as you can see, you don't hardly apply as much product as you would with the brush. Therefore you're wasting your product, and it's just, you just don't want to do it. So these Taklon bristles have actually been designed to mimic real hair, in the fact that these Taklon bristles are, so they have actually got fake hair cuticles to pick up all the product, which I thought was fantastic. Now I will just sort of show you what I mean. I have used this brush and I have tapped this brush off. I used this brush today when I applied my makeup. I tapped this brush off, and as you can sort of see how much product is still in there. And as I do this, more and more product just keeps coming off. And if I have a look closely, you can still see product on the brush. So that just goes to show that it's true, like these powders are sticking to this synthetic brush so well, which is why these are really good for applying powder. Now, this brush, let's just get into talking about the brushes. This one is the BX25, and it is a angled, sort of a powder brush. It isn't like the normal angled blush brush you would see would be sort of something like this. As you can see, this one's a lot fluffier, this one's a bit more streamlined, but it's sort of the same thing. It's sort of angled. It's really good for applying contour because it's angled. Because of the thickness of it, it's actually a really good thickness to apply blush, so you're not going too all over the place. You can apply contour, blush, bronzer, anything with this, but it is just like really good all over, sort of a face brush. And I'm still getting product off this brush, and yeah, it's really good. It does hold the product really, really well, and this one is quite soft to use, so I have been using that one a lot, and I'm really loving that one. The next brush I've got here, and when I went to buy them, Kevin James Bennett was at the stand, and I asked him his recommendations for a few brushes, and this one is the BX35, and this is the one he said he uses for contouring. Now, I have been using it for contouring as well. The reason why it's good for contouring, all you need to do is dip it into the contour, apply it, tip it to the side, and start blending it out. So it's a really, really good brush, and he said he designed this one for his personal use himself, and he explained to me how he used it. So I've been using that one, and again, it is a really good brush. It picks up product really well. It's just a blush. It seems to pick up product really, really well. As you can sort of see there, you can see how much product is on that brush. Still. And I'm like really tapping it off, and it's still on there. So product powders hold to them really well. The good thing about these is you can still use them for cream products because they are synthetic. The next brush I've got here is the BX55, and it sort of is this pointed. You could use it as a foundation brush. It would actually be a really good brush for highlighting because you can sort of get to the cream highlighter or even a powder highlighter. You can get down the bridge of your nose, onto the high points of your cheekbones. Because it is a point, you can even get it on your cupid's bow and on your chin. It's a really good all-over product, and you can also use it to buff in foundation if you want. I've seen a lot of companies come out with this pointed, tapered sort of foundation brush, round one as well. The first time I experienced was with the Lauren Luke foundation brush, and I first of all thought I wasn't going to use it and it's just a bit weird, but I've actually found I've been using that one quite a lot and I'm really enjoying the roundness of it. So that is the BX55. The next one I've got here is just a flat sort of eyeliner brush. This one is the BX80, and it's just your standard flat lay down brush. It picks up product really well, and it's just a, you know, standard eyeshadow brush, just to apply eyeshadow to your lid. So the bristles are quite long and they do seem fairly dense as well. So I've been enjoying using that one. As far as, I mean, you know, it's not like I haven't got like 50 of these brushes. For the times I've been using it, I have really liked it, so I think that's good. Again, because it's synthetic, you can also use it to apply like a Maybelline Colour Tattoo or a MAC Paint Pot because they are cream products, which is fantastic. The next brush here, I've just got an angled brush, which is a BX130. It's just a small little angled brush, good for eyeliner, or more important, also good for eyebrows as well. So that's a really good one to have. And the next one I've got here is the BX105. And it is just a thin eyeliner brush. If you've got a steady hand, this is a really good brush. For applying eyeliner, if your hand's a little bit wobbly and you're still sort of getting the hang of it, I would actually like to see the bristles be a tiny bit shorter, even like ½ a centimetre shorter, because the shorter the bristles, the more control you have over applying the product. One of my favourite eyeliner brushes is not here right now. See if I can find it. One of my favourite eyeliner brushes is the MAC 209, and as you can sort of see next to each other, this one sort of looks like it's a little bit just more flared out and just random. This one is a bit more tightly packed, tapered to a point. So this one I find is a little bit easy, especially if you're someone who's getting used to applying gel eyeliners or liquid eyeliners. That's when I would prefer the MAC shape. But this one still does a good job. You just need to be a bit more careful with it, and it can be a little bit finer than the MAC one. So it depends on what you want when it comes to eyeliners and stuff like that. So that's it for my Revolution brush, Royal and Langnickel Revolution brush review. These are the ones I picked up. I did pick up one more, but I can't find it. It is a sort of like a tapered blending brush. Unfortunately, that one does seem like it is designed for like blending eyeshadow on your eye, but times I've used it, it does seem like it really sort of feels really scratchy on your eye, so it's not one that I personally like using on myself, and I certainly wouldn't use that one on clients. But yeah, that one is probably the only one I'm disappointed with that I won't continue using. But overall, these ones I've really enjoyed using. I especially am amazed at the quality. Now I can understand the Taklon brushes and how they are designed to have the hair cuticle, which helps attach to the powder product and apply a lot of it without wasting a lot of product. So I find that really good. I think overall they're really nice brushes to use. I think they've done a really good job. If you are someone who's looking for a range of synthetic brushes, it's certainly worth a try. They are fairly affordable as well. Like, the small ones are about $5 or $6. This one here was $17, and the other two were probably around the $12, $13 mark as well. So they are really quite affordable as well, which is another good thing. The downside of them, I can't really find a downside of them, except for that one that I did say is a bit scratchy, and when I find the brush, I will list the brush number there so you'll know which one I was talking about. But apart from that, they are really good brushes. They're really nice to use. The handles are really nicely weighted, which is something I like. And another thing that he said is just good about these is that the way they sort of glued in here, like each individual brush is glued into a plate here, so there should be absolutely no shedding and falling out. You should be able to wash these with a deep clean every single time with shampoo and conditioner, and you shouldn't lose any hairs. But I mean, yeah, overall they're really good brushes. They're really enjoyable to use. They feel really soft except for that one. They apply product really well. They blend really nicely as well. So I really like them. It's my first experience with Royal and Langnickel brushes, so I'm really happy that I did find them. I will also probably go and have a look at what other brushes they do have in the haired variety as well, just so I can sort of compare brushes, because you know, you can never have enough brushes in my book. So yeah, I hope you guys found that interesting. Those brushes were something you were thinking about trying but you weren't sure. I would certainly go and give a few a try. The ones I would try would be sort of like a face powder brush, and then try some eye brushes as well. I think they're the ones that you'd get more use out of. So yeah, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed that. I've got a few other products that I got from IMATS, which I will probably show you. I don't think I got enough from IMATS to do a haul video as such, but I'll just show you individually as I pull them out and do videos with them. So yeah, I hope you guys are having a fantastic weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye!